everybody, welcome back to day 2 of 12 Days of Divas. Today's diva is Celine Dion, and the song we are going to unpack is It's All Coming Back to Me Now. There are 3 things we are going to focus on in this song. 1, the primary vowel shapes that Celine uses, at least in the section of the song that we're going to unpack. How she starts the sound, and then a special tool that she uses to help her keep the fullness in her belt even as she is ascending. So let's start with the primary vowel shapes. The first one is A. The second one is a vowel shape that we don't commonly use in American English, which is on. So let's practice that. Anything that is an E, A is wah. Anything that is an A or O or on is no. The only exception is when we get to baby, the tip top, that baby, we are actually going to blend the two into a wah. And when you get there, I really want you to feel like you're biting an apple or you're snarling. Get into that position because that's where you've got to be for that note to come out. So this is not an exact science. It's really more of a roadmap to help you find the belting shapes that Celine is in. No, 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 wah, 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 no. Wah, 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 no, 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 no. Wah, 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 no, 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 no. Get ready for the snarl. Wah, 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 wah. Okay, now we're going to take Celine's words and put them in those shapes. Okay, so just remember, you are either in a wah kind of placement or a no kind of placement. So you're wide or you're tall. There were moments of gold and there were flashes of light. There were things I'd never do again, but then they'd always seem right. There were nights of endless pleasure. It was more than any lover's alone. You ready for the snarl? Baby, baby. Okay, that's a workout in and of itself. This is why Celine is one of the best of all time. But we're going to move on to part 2. So part 2 is something that we discussed yesterday, actually, when we were talking about Ariana Grande. Celine also uses creaky door onsets. So let's play around with adding a creaky door to start the sound here and there. There were moments of gold and there were flashes of light. There were things I'd never do again, but then they'd always seem right. Part 3 is that Celine bends into some sounds from the low register to the higher part, or as she's moving into sort of the middle part of her register. There were moments of gold and there were flashes of light. There were things I'd never do again, but then they'd always seem right. So by taking that little bit of a bend up, she's adding a little more fullness to the middle of the belt. When you're bending up, keep this rule of thumb in mind. The more you bend up, the more you gotta bend into your ah or your ah to keep it safe. For Celine's bonus feature, we're gonna scoot over to a different song for just a second because it'll be a little bit easier to hear it on this. I'm the one who wants to love you more. I'm the one who wants to love you more. Celine's not the only one that uses this sound. Shakira does, Cher does, Eddie Vedder does. It creates a different sort of unique effect on the sound. It's a fun thing to play around with. Me and my radiator will see you tomorrow for day 3.